Hello kids, it's Brody from Brody's Garage. Welcome. This is June 25th, episode 64. Hello all you dozens of people out there that have been following along with my 67 Chevy 2 Nova Progress. It has been almost 3 months or more possibly since my last update, and I'm excited that I've actually been able to do something today, and I feel like I've reached a checkpoint where it's worthy of an episode, so let's get on with it. Okay, where we last left off on episode 63, I was in the beginning stages of my, fifth iteration of my turbo plumbing. I don't know how many it's been exactly, but it's been quite a few. If you recall, when I first built the car and got everything working, I had my turbo downpipes routed to the outside of this bar here. So basically that eliminated the need for an inner fender because there was nothing left of it almost by the time I got done cutting it out. So I had this stuff routed over this side, and it was above the front tires, and if you took a bump, anything more than a couple inches of travel, this thing was coming up and hitting the bottom side of this flex coupler. So I decided, well, I've got this thing apart for paint and body work, I'm gonna go ahead and redo all this stuff. So I did it. I moved everything to the inside, and in doing so, I had to redo the wastegate dump, the downpipe, the flex joint, and all of this stuff. Ultimately, it ended up rejoining with the same location that it was before here. So let me walk you through this. We have a turbocharger. We have a downpipe that curves in. We've got all these different bends, and the coupler curves over here, goes down, transitions into oval tubing right there because of the tire clearance issue here. So what you see now is I've removed the coilover from the shock, basically bottomed it out, so I've got full upward travel of the suspension. I've got the tire cranked all the way in, lock to lock, and you can see that I still have adequate tire clearance to my downpipe here, which would not have been available if I used round tubing the whole way out. So we go to round tubing into the oval transition down here, then it transitions back into round tubing and goes out 3-inch round all the way out the back. It's taken me about a month and a half of waiting because I decided to turn this project over to my friend Andrew Reeves, who is a far superior TIG welder than I am. So what I did is I cut and tack welded all these pieces into place, got it all fitted. I handed it over to him, and he put all these lovely TIG welds down, as you can see here. And each side, we're talking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 19 welds per side. It just takes time, and it was worth the wait because he did a far superior job than I could have ever done. He also did these welds here on my cold side, which has all been redone since the first iteration. We have a turbine, which now has a welded quick seal flange, and here's another weld transition up to 3-inch, and another one there. So these are the Motion Raceworks quick seal connectors that are welded in now, and they've got O-rings in there. And this coupler here allows a little bit of flexibility and movement, which was something that I needed, and it's far better than the first time around. Everything fits better, it's more symmetrical, it looks better. My plumbing is, it's intimidating. It's got a presence to it, doesn't it? I also cut a 6-inch diameter hole here in the new aluminum radiator core support for my air filters to pop through. I've mounted my Vintage Air condenser here, and that required a couple things. First, it required me to notch this area out around the hood latch. I fabricated these brackets here and had them done via Send Cut Send. Let's talk about Send Cut Send. I think in the last episode I had my first little bit of laser cut metal done, and that was these brackets here, which are now used to mount my turbochargers. I think I just had the initial stages of this done in the last episode, so they're bolted in now using a tapered head bolt, 3 as a matter of fact per side. Bolted the cylinder head, as you can see, very tight clearance behind the alternator, and that was the reason for the recessed flush mount bolts there. This is a piece of 7/8 chromoly tubing that's been TIG welded there by Andrew. Makes a 90-degree curve here and mates up with the Maven turbo mount, which is this guy right here, this little block of steel. If you look underneath there, the oil drain from the turbocharger comes through this port here. I will screw an A-end fitting there and a hose that drains over there to my oil pan. Once again, continuing on with the turbo plumbing, we have the stainless steel header turbo manifold, which has been modified since I bought those. What I had to do was cut off the flange here about 3 inches back from where it originally was. As you can see right there, that whole 2.5-inch clamp has been moved back about 3 inches. And that was so that I could allow this 90-degree bend right here to make its turn upward into the turbocharger. You'll also notice that it steps down from 2.5 to 2 1/4 right there into the turbine. We've got the Motion Raceworks wastegate merge welded on there. Also, all this beautiful welding done by Andrew. We've got the Precision Turbo wastegates. I think they're 45mm wastegates that come out here and then make their dumps upward and merge back into the downpipe. We've got a lot of work that's been done over the past few months, and it's just taken this much time to get to where I could have some information for you guys worthy of an update. I think, as you recall, I'd already shaved this down here. This is the Holley upper intake plenum for the low-rise LS rectangular port intake. We've got a TIC Performance air-to-water intercooler here, which will need to be plumbed still. I did shave down the 2 threaded bosses for my throttle bracket, got rid of that entirely. Andrew welded it up for me, ground it down flush, and I'm gonna powder coat this satin black. I'm still debating on what I'm gonna do with my cold air tubes and turbo compressor, but I'm about 90% sure that those are also gonna be satin black. My stainless turbocharger downpipes and stuff is so lovely, and I hate to do anything to it at all, but I know that as soon as it gets hot air going through it, it's gonna start to turn yellow. What I think I'm gonna do is Cerakote all this stuff, and I still have some leftover titanium Cerakote that I used before. And we're gonna do the exhaust manifolds, all of this plumbing in Cerakote, I believe. I do have some DEI thermal wrap. I've got titanium color, and I've got a carbon fiber black color there. If I do decide to wrap it, I know that I might introduce risk into cracking later on, so I'm leery about doing that. If I Cerakote it, I think I'll get a finish that will be durable and will last. It might reduce the underhood temps slightly, but I'm not banking on that. If you look back there, you will see the completion of my lower steering column support. It was something that I designed in SketchUp, had it cut via send, cut, send, and now it is basically just waiting for me to weld this up around here. Once it's in its final resting position, everything's bolted in place. This is actually the interior bracket that goes down over the steering column and bolts up to the firewall. And I might have to use some nylon spacers, but anyway, this is the last of the 3 pieces of that. Speaking of send, cut, send, you'll see there are 3 pieces of aluminum cut out there, and that is for the completion of my radio bezel right there, which has already been bolted in using some flathead Allen countersunk screws. I've also got a piece of aluminum cut out for my glove box door right there, which fits pretty well, but I have to countersink the back side of this to follow the tapered bulge right there. My inner fender panels were the last thing I did today, and I've been gone for 2 weeks, so today was the first day I've had a chance to work on this car in quite some time. If I had my way, I would probably pay somebody a great gobs of money to build me some really trick custom inner fenders with bead rolls and all this stuff, and have it come up here and follow the radiator support and be all bitchin', but I don't know that I'm gonna get to that. So what I've done is I've taken my second set of TCI inner fender panels. These are steel, by the way. and I've notched them out significantly here for the turbocharger and all this stuff. I've actually kind of gone overkill with this because originally I thought that maybe the wastegate was going to stick out further, and I might even consider dumping the wastegate along through here. You can see I even went as far as making a clamp to there because I was going to have the pipe go through. I scratched that idea. This is going to come off. And what I may do is build a little box or maybe kind of a cheese grate, you know, mesh type of material, and have it come over here and cover all this up, as long as I can still get tire clearance when I crank the wheel all the way to the inside. Not exactly sure yet, but these are the TCI panels. I used some Clecos to hold the bottom in. They are now bolted in place, front and rear. This is where I notched out from my power steering reservoir before, and this has all been cut out to clear around the turbo. I'm probably gonna go with the same satin gray metallic that I used on the firewall here on the core support, and maybe even the radiator. As I said before, probably satin black, satin black, satin black. But at this point, I'm very excited about my progress today. The next steps are going to be figuring out my air conditioning lines, which, as you can see, there's very little real estate to route these two hoses through. And probably what's going to happen is they're going to have to come over at a 45, bend down that way, and come through the inner fender panel somewhere in the vicinity of up here, probably route upwards over to the core support for the condenser, and another one back here for the bulkhead fitting. You'll notice this thing here. I cut these holes out a while back. I ended up enlarging them further, and the reason for the hole is to get access to my air conditioning bulkhead fitting. And also, I don't know if you can see it back there, but the back side of the firewall is where my roll cage bolts to, and basically reinforces the back side of this here. So we've got the bar going from the chassis up to here. We've got the roll cage bar tying to the roll cage right there. So I needed a place to get access to those nuts and bolts and fittings. And what I did is I made a bracket, fabricated it, sent it off to Send Cut Send, welded it in, ground it down flush, did some body filler and primer. I'm gonna paint this probably the same orange, touch that up. And then I made myself a little aluminum cover plate to go over that. And so that's what that looks like right there. And I got a little shaping to do yet to get that nice and flush. But I decided to put the slots in there because I filled in my cowl vent here, right? So there's no more fresh air going through here and down through the cowl into the kick panels. So I figure if I want to pull the valve open and get some fresh air, it'll come in through these ports right here. So that's the purpose behind that. I've still got all my wiring to do, glass, seats, blah, 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 blah. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with the progress I made today. There you go, folks. There is the Mach 2 version of my turbo setup. It is fully welded now. I've got clearance to my wheels. I'm feeling much better about this version than the previous version. Okay, so there you have it. Today was a pretty good day. I'm feeling really good about the progress. Today was the first day in, I don't know, 4 or 6 weeks that I've had a chance to even work on the car. So thankful for that. It's hot as balls here in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, it was 110 degrees today, and I was out here the first half of the day just baked. So I'm gonna go take a chill pill and relax in the pool for the rest of the evening. My next steps are going to be working on the air conditioning lines, the crankcase breather lines, the fuel lines. I'm gonna get all this stuff figured out, mocked up, and then I'm gonna pull it back apart, paint, powder coat this front end, get the fenders back on, grill, bumper and stuff, wiring, glass, door hardware, yada, 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 electrical, seats back in. Will it be running this year? I don't know. I've stopped trying to count and set deadlines, but it'll get done when it gets done. At any rate, giving you a little bit of encouragement for your projects out there. Stay with it, enjoy the process, and I'll see you on the next episode.